A 2026 Kawasaki GTR 1400 with 185 horsepower, 98 lb-feet of torque, an expected 0-60 miles per hour sub a 3.5-second sprint, and rumored MSRP that could undercut its closest rivals. You're looking at one of the most talk-headed about bigger bike debuts heading to the United States. Imagine that level of grunt in a sporter touring chassis that aims squarely at the Yamaha FJR1300 and BMW R1300 RTA. That's the hook you can't ignore. If that got your attention, stick around, because today on Global Wheel Hub we're diving deep into what could be the most exciting sporty touring machine Kawasaki has brought to the American roads in years. The expected 2026 Kawasaki GTR 1400. We'll break down the rumored specs, the tech that could make it stand out, and whether it's truly worth your hard-earned dollars when it finally lands stateside. To set the stage, let's talk category. This is a sporty touring motorcycle, a part sport bike performance, part longer haul comfort. In a market dominated by the likes of the Yamaha FJR 1300, Honda ST 1300 in its heyday, and the premium BMW R 1300 RT, the GTR 1400 is designed for riders who want a bike that can eat up freeway miles, carve canyons, and still handle everyday street riding without feeling overwhelmed. US riders have always had a soft spot for big, capable motorcycles that can cross state lines without a blink, and if industry insiders are right, Kawasaki's latest could reignite that passion. Under the hood, Kawasaki is expected to pack this beast with a 1,400 ACC in linear 4 engine. That's big displacement by any metric and puts it right in the sweet spot for torque and horsepower. While official US specs haven't been confirmed, leaked documents and test reports suggest around 185 horsepower at the crank and 98 lb-feet of torque. Figures that not only eclipse the current Yamaha FJR's output but also put it close to the BMW R1300 RT's punch. The transmission is likely to be a smoother shifting 6-speed with an assist and slipper clutch, possibly with an available quick shifter for clutchless up and down changes. Expected top speed could creep north of 150 miles per hour, though most riders will find themselves thrilled long before they hit triple digits. In terms of fuel economy, sporter tourers in this class typically return 40–45 miles per gallon, and with a fuel tank rumored to be around 5.6 gallons, you're looking at serious range, ideal for those classic crosser-country trips. Compare that to the Yamaha FJR 1300, which puts out about 145 horsepower and roughly 100 lb-feet of torque, and it becomes clear Kawasaki wants to play in the higher performance end of the sporter touring class. Against the BMW R1300 RT, which is closer to 170 horsepower and 103 lb-feet of torque, the Kawasaki's raw numbers are competitive enough to make any enthusiast perk up. Technology and features are where the GTR 1400 is expected to really shine. Kawasaki is rumored to incorporate a fully adjustable longer travel suspension setup, a inverted front forks and a rear shock that allow riders to tune preload, compression, and rebound for their weight and riding style. For American riders who go from urban streets to mountain passes, that kind of versatility is huge. LED lighting front and rear should be standard, with an ear-catching design that's modern without being garish. The instrument cluster is expected to be a large TFT display, likely 7 inches or bigger, with smartphone connectivity so you can handle navigation and music without fumbling with your phone. Riding modes should be plentiful, from sport and touring to rain, and possibly custom profiles that let you tailor throttle response, traction control, and ABS behavior on the fly. Speaking of traction control and ABS, expect multiple levels of intervention and cornering ABS for added confidence when you're leaning hard into a sweep or braking mid-turn. Cruise control will be a critical feature for US touring riders. and industry chatter suggests Kawasaki will include it, possibly even adaptive cruise control if they really push the tech envelope. Braking duties are likely handled by strong dual front discs, possibly from Brembo, with a stout rear disc to give you confidence at speed. Tires should be higher performance Sporter Touring rubber that balances grip and longevity, ideal for both highway miles and twisty back roads. This kind of feature set positions the GTR 1400 as much more than a big engine bike. It's going after riders who want a machine that's comfortable for long distances, capable in technical terrain, and advanced enough to rival BMW's tech suite or the FJR's proven reliability. In real-world terms, that means the GTR 1400 could shine in city commuting with smooth throttle and light clutch effort, handle long highway cruising with minimal rider fatigue thanks to wind protection and seat ergonomics, and be surprisingly entertaining on canyon roads where sporty handling and strong brakes really matter. If Kawasaki can pull off a plush yet responsive suspension package, longer distance touring comfort won't come at the expense of dynamic performance. Now let's talk expected MSRP and how this might get priced in the United States. Early dealer buzz and industry estimates suggest a starting price that's competitive, potentially coming in lower than the BMW R1300 RTY, edging above the Yamaha FJR1300. The exact numbers are still unconfirmed, but Kawasaki seems to be positioning the GTR 1400 as a premium offering, a not cheap, but delivering high value for riders who want a per-tier performance without the BMW price premium. Dealer markups are always something to watch, especially on hyped launches, so if you're planning to be early in line, be mindful of upfront pricing versus MSRP. Still, for a bike that could potentially give you class-leading power, advanced electronics, and touring comfort, many riders will feel like they're getting strong bang for their buck. So, should you wait or buy? This is where honest balancing comes into play. If you're a seasoned rider who eats up long miles on weekends, tours coast to coast, or simply wants a motorcycle that's at home in both aggressive riding and relaxed cruising, the GTR 1400A, once confirmed and available in the USA, is absolutely worth your consideration. It's not beginner-friendly with a big engine and substantial weight expected. It's best suited to riders with significant experience under their belt. For beginners or intermediate riders, something lighter and less powerful might be a better fit until you're ready to handle a machine of this caliber. But for experienced enthusiasts who want a real Swiss Army knife of motorcycles, power, comfort, tech, and capability, this could be one of the most compelling options in years. Long highway runs, expected to be effortless. Daily commuting, manageable and comfortable. Canyon carving, likely exciting and confidence-inspiring with the right setup. Maintenance expectations will mirror other modern Japanese sporter tourers. Think regular oil changes, valve checks per Kawasaki service intervals, and general attention to tire and brake health. Reliability assumptions lean positive given Kawasaki's track record, but we won't call it gospel until we see longer-term owner reports. Here's my final verdict on the 2026 Kawasaki GTR 1400. It could redefine sporter touring expectations in the US market, offering a potent blend of power, comfort, and tech. If industry insiders are right and Kawasaki delivers on the rumored specs and features, this bike won't just compete, it could lead its class. For riders chasing a premium sporter touring experience without paying an outright luxury price, it's absolutely worth a serious look. Would you pick this over its rivals? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you're hyped about bikes like this and want the most in-depth reviews and insights, hit subscribe and stay tuned to Global Wheel Hub for all the latest. This is Global Wheel Hub, where performance meets passion.